Which brings up a bigger question about this offseason. Are we about to pivot from plan A to plans B, C, and D, New England? It already has that feel. Stanley coming off the board and staying with his team was not a great sign over the weekend. DK Metcalf going to Pittsburgh, not a great sign over the weekend. Devontae Adams going to L.A. quickly and signing on a 2-year deal with the Rams.
I mean, right away people were saying he's going West Coast. Yeah. It was there or San Francisco. I mean, I didn't even put two thoughts into. I mean, you get excited when a guy gets cut. You think, oh, there's a possibility. Like, that's not going to happen. You know, Phil put the number out there, what, 2 for $60 potentially for him? And he's $20 million short of that. I think it was a $42 million deal for the Rams. So
doesn't it tell you that the money that the Patriots have is useless right now?
Right. It's the want to come here and play here. Like, maybe they called Seattle, and Seattle said he doesn't want to come there. He gave us a list of 4 teams. Sorry, you're not on it. I don't know that. But it seems like, you know, they're in on Godwin. That's their type of player.
And why would that player want to come here? First thing you got to do is offer him the most money by a lot.
Yep.
By a lot.
Yeah, you can't play the Ridley game from a year ago. You can't play the Ridley. You're not in the position.
Yeah, and you can't. I mean, the Ridley game was a game they lost. As a race they finished second in.
They should have learned from that, right? You learned from that in Ayuk.
They should learn from that, and they should want to overpay a player, not by $1 or $2 million a year. It's going to have to be $5 million. You've got to pay the suck tax. You must pay it. There is a tax that you must pay. And that's a much bigger tax than any state tax that these players will be dealing with in New England.
Right.
Okay? This is the bigger factor. The team stinks, and they all feel that way about it. So how do you get past it? Well, the only way to get the conversation really going is to say, well, you're going to make the most money here. And you heard it in that clip. DK Metcalf, all of a sudden, he didn't need that warm weather when they warmed up his heart with $150 million. You heard Rap Sheet say, and now he's incredibly rich. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That tends to help.
Sure does. Sure does.
You want to come to Pittsburgh? That's colder than Seattle. I'm not sure I want to do that. How about $150 million? You know what? I love Pittsburgh. Let's go to Permante's.
Yeah, let's go to Permante's. Let's buy some Vaseline and put them all over my biceps, you know?
What?
You can put all kind of Vaseline. For cold games, you put Vaseline all over your arms for cold games. You didn't know that?
No, I do, but you just take these conversations to the weirdest places.
I'm thinking cold Pittsburgh.
DK Metcalf, you've taken it to watching him walk around shirtless and now rub Vaseline all over him. Do you think that
you okay?
in back-to-back segments
stupidly,
that's
I went down
acceptable? I was talking about getting a sandwich. You're talking about rubbing a guy down with Vaseline.
Well, I mean, it's just... I'm intrigued by his physical stature. I went down this rabbit hole, Pittsburgh restaurants, and where to get the best sandwiches and steaks in Pittsburgh on TikTok over the weekend. It was weird.
I think you're thinking of a different meat when you're talking about DK Metcalf.
Tube steak, yeah. No. What?
You. Just you.
He's back. Yeah.
He's back, everybody.
Yeah.
He's back. He's back.
Also, Pennsylvania and Massachusetts, both 4 syllables, so...
Yeah, he was able to overcome that. He was able to overcome the syllables and number of letters in the state name.
He's going to love downtown Pittsburgh. Try finding something open after 7 p.m. It's a weird city, man. Things close early.
Yeah, and that's part of it, too. Like, is that some great player destination to live in Pittsburgh? No, but the football is good.
Yes.
And so the football was good and the money is there, and he went. And so the money has to be part of the equation, but without the football being good, you've got to pay a price for that. So if they're really going after Godwin, they're going to have to blow away a guy who's coming off a pretty significant injury. And assuming he gets back to full health, he's fantastic. He's a great player.
God, was it a full break or was it a dislocation and a fracture?
Oh,
it was mangled, whatever.
It was
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, Gordon Hayward's foot was mangled too. But that was more of a dislocation, you know? So, a lot of modern medicine out there. Get on it. Yeah.
You're going to have to overpay for a guy coming off an injury for the mangled ankle.
Oh, well.
And I would say, well, that's the position you put yourself in.
Oh, well. Guy's a baller on game day. Guy plays hard. I like Godwin. I like Godwin at times better because when you start watching a lot of Brady games down here, it seems like Mike Evans is a little bit of a diva. avoids contact. Godwin doesn't. I watched a lot of Tampa over the last 3 years, obviously. And that kid comes to play every game. Tough. Former Penn State kid.
The Patriots now have to, by the way, go to lesser options at tackle. And I said those options are not very good. The consensus seems to be that Cam Robinson is the next best thing that they could do.
Minnesota, right? Yeah.
He allowed 52 pressures last season, which according to Pro Football Focus is the second most in the National Football League.
I saw some
We're
stuff over the
excited
weekend.
about
okay.
that.
I don't know. I don't know what number to get
Mouth is
excited
in here
about.
5 minutes. I got to get Cam Robinson. Barf's like, yeah, Cam. What? That guy blows. What are you guys talking about?
They played more than 12 snaps last year, so that's an
Right.
upgrade.
Not only that,
Yeah.
and then I hear this from Barth, who's in here. I hate to do this to Barth because I love Barth. He's like, well, he got traded, and he was good before the trade. I'm like, oh, so he's a basket case? Oh, so he got traded, and then he couldn't play well anymore? What are we talking about?
The two
here?
of those guys are insufferable today.
Oh, they're the two of them. They're teaming
Those
up
two,
together.
they should get a room down here, like for the snow events we have here at the station.
They
where
already have a private room.
Those two could stay together in a king bed. Yeah, and they could watch film. Good God, keep it in your pants, Louth.
Do you think they'll both run out with their pants around their ankles this year?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, wait till something hits here.
So, and I get why he's being brought up as well, because
they
Doug
kinda
Marrone was in Jacksonville when they drafted him, right? That goes all the way back to 2017. Doug Marrone drafted him. He was the head coach with the Jags when he got there, and then he gets traded to Minnesota last year. It was good, I guess, in Jacksonville before the trade. 52 pressures, second most in the NFL. And I'm supposed to get excited about that for Drake May? Come on.
I don't know what numbers to look at anymore.
I'd
Like, over
rather
the
have Will
weekend-
Campbell than that guy.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, they talked about depth here in New England and how the Vidarian Lowe does give you some depth and how
Vidarian Lowe.
he graded out at like 88%. What games were you watching last year where you grade anybody above a 50? Seriously. I am so sick of these Pro Football Focus grades for linemen. You don't watch the games. I mean, Jesus, the kid's running for his life every freaking drop back. God forbid he didn't throw off platform last year and make plays, or he would have gotten cooked, completely smoked back there in the pocket. 88% my ass.
Yeah, I wonder if you actually have to touch a guy to get like
Think
a
about
naked
that.
rating.
It
Think
don't
about that. Your
register.
kids
It
come
doesn't
home from
register,
college or high school. Hey, Dad, it was a tough test. I got an 88 on my calculus. Way to go, man. Good job. There's nobody slapping him on the ass telling him, hey, nice game. Not one. Got to change that and change it quickly.
Let's grab your calls coming up next. Are we on to plans B, C, D, E, F now in free agency? Is that where this is headed? It's starting to feel that way a little.
Got to pivot, Beetle. Got to put your foot in
Yeah,
the ground.
there's pivoting. There's pivoting. Problem is everybody's got money. Everybody has money.
Everyone has
Patriots are
money, and people like the teams they're on.
Problem.
It's a problem.
For bad teams right now, that's an issue.